nice. Yeah, I was looking at some of your Instagram posts, on breaking down messages. Somebody was sending like a mass whatever emails, and it was the one it was saying something to bother you if it's not inconvenient or something kind of negative, and like
Totally.
not believing, not being direct, and like as you're gonna as you're gonna do it, right? I mean, she's confident that you're gonna do the meeting, the call. It was kind of like
Yeah,
kind
she's
of
like, would
negative.
you be opposed to
Opposed,
scheduling a
opposed.
call? And it was like, well, I wasn't until you just implanted the idea of opposition into our exchange.
Just
and
one word, right? Opposed.
one word. And she gave me that word, and I'm like, well, now I am.
Yeah. Whereas it would be interesting otherwise. Yeah. So when you talk to people, when you write, right? Every word matters.
It does. And that's the beauty of emailing and texting, is that we can see the languaging and we have a moment to check it before we hit send, right? When you and I are speaking, there's a little more pressure, right? Which is why I'm a fan of clear, cancel, delete. If I catch myself.
Clear, cancel, delete. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
because
nice,
it's
right?
letting the subconscious mind know, like, no, we're not going there, and then relanguaging it. But that is one of the upsides of the texting and the emails. We get to see it. Is this really the most empowering way to frame this?
Yeah, you're able to filter it, right, as you need.
Yeah.
You have a whole part of ChatGPT. Could you talk a little bit about ChatGPT, as many of us use it almost every day now?
Yeah. So as a journalist, I'm very attuned to propaganda and to when, reference tools like, it started with changing definitions in the dictionary when we got Google definitions, which were very different when we go back to the etymology. Now, ChatGPT is like reference material on steroids. And so I'm in the practice of sharing the propaganda techniques that are coming through ChatGPT, because as a reference tool, what it really should be, and I'm not a fan of using the word should because it imposes authority. And when I'm talking about, AI as a reference tool, I'm totally fine with it. But, coming out of journalism and then with reference material, they're meant to be totally objective. They're to present all sides, to not give opinions, to not editorialize, to not sway us.